I'm an entrepreneur, a businessman. I've done a little bit in my life, and here are 3 things to consider when starting a business. I want to make this as easy as possible so that you can see if the thing you're doing is a waste of time or if it's going to make you millions of dollars. First of all, who am I? I'm Alex Berman. I've sold multiple software as a service companies. I've had a 7-figure agency. I've crashed and burned a $100 million company about 10 years ago. And now I'm working on a new SaaS called 𝐥𝐢𝐤𝐞, which is AI-powered live chat to take your conversions to the next level. So why did I pick this business, and what can you learn about starting your company from my journey so far? First thing I look for when starting a business is, can I use my superpowers to sell it? I'm a YouTuber. You're watching this video. I have a presence on video. I am somebody who sells via email. I'm the cold email manifesto guy. I wrote this best-selling book on cold email. I have a Twitter account, etc. If I can use YouTube to promote it, if I can use Twitter, if I can use my email list to sell the business, then we're going to do a lot better than if I pick a business that will require conferences or going door to door or doing any of these things, leveraging high-level political connections that I don't have. If I pick something like that, I'm going to have a lot harder time than if I leverage something that uses my superpowers. So when you're going out there and thinking about your business, think about what you have experience in. Is it paid ads? Is it SEO? And if it is, then build a business that can be scaled with paid ads. Build a business that can be scaled with SEO. Or maybe you are one of these guys that kills it at conferences, can meet every single person and generate a bunch of revenue. Then do a business that requires you to go to conferences. There's no reason to start a business that's hard to scale for you. So don't do it. Pick a business that leverages your superpowers. That way you can make it happen. For me at 𝐥𝐢𝐤𝐞, I'm doing a B2B conversion rate tool. It improves the conversion rate on your website, and it's a sales focused tool. This channel is about sales. My email list is expecting me to talk about sales. My audience is all sales focused. So I created a B2B sales tool. Now, if I want to add other stuff to it, if I want to do Google ads, if I want to do other sorts of advertising, I can do that. If I want to hire a team to go to conferences, I can do that as well. But we're well leveraged to get our first 200, 300, maybe 1,000 paying customers just from the channels that I know I can dominate on. A little side note on this one is I also like to pick businesses that I can do without having a ton of meetings. I love to travel and I've got a family, so I don't want to spend a lot of time away from them. I like the freedom to go to Japan for months or trek around India, go to Europe, whatever we're going to do without having to check the calendar. I remember one time I was in Egypt and I just wanted to see the pyramids in the morning, but I had this meeting with a US-based client at 2:30 a.m. and it just threw off the whole next day. And I realized I never wanted to do that again. So all of my new businesses, I like to be able to sell without meetings. That's one reason why I'm doubling down on AI chatbots and live chat as well, because we can remove the salesperson, aka remove the meetings, and sell more without having to spend a bunch of time on it. So that's the lifestyle one. The next one is the size of the market. When we were looking at tools last time and we landed on Taplio. Taplio is a LinkedIn AI content posting tool that we ended up scaling and selling for 7 figures along with Tweet Hunter. Social media posting has a lot of competitors. Buffer does a good job of it. On the Twitter side, Hype Fury does a good job. There's a ton of competitors in the market. So we just wanted to think, can we do something different? On Taplio's side, the thing that we did different was AI content writing, which now sounds like it's dime a dozen, but this was before ChatGPT even came out. So now with 𝐥𝐢𝐤𝐞, we're doing the same thing. There are millions of live chat companies, tens of thousands of live chat companies. There's a few that are big. It's a very competitive, aka large and hungry market. There's a lot of money to be made. So if you can approach a market like that with a differentiator, ours is a sales-focused chatbot that outperforms any other chatbot when it comes to specifically selling, booking more demos, booking more trials from your website. Now we have an angle that we can approach this already hungry market for, and it sets us up for success. So you want to do the same thing. Pick a market that has a very strong demand. You want to be a plumber. You don't want to be the guy painting pipes. Nobody needs painted pipes, but everyone needs a plumber. And it used to be obvious. You'd ask somebody what kind of business they want to make, and they would say like, oh, I want to be a baker, or I want to be a plumber or an engineer. But now with software, everyone's trying to create this unique thing when really you should be creating a tool that already exists. Oh, I want to create a social media planning tool. I want to create a chatbot. I want to create a content management system. And then putting your unique spin on that already winning idea. And that is the fastest way to find product market fit. And that's the fastest way to get something that will actually grow. Third thing is, can I afford to lose money for a while? SaaS is expensive, especially with delays. In September, I raised $23,000 from my audience to start building 𝐥𝐢𝐤𝐞. We spent $3,000 on the development of 𝐥𝐢𝐤 1.0, which was AI-powered modals. After a month, we realized that AI-powered modals was not going to win, and so we pivoted. The bill for design and dev of the pivot is maybe $8,000, $10,000, but the time spent so far has been almost 6 months. It's March now, and we're very close to a build, but 𝐥𝐢𝐤 1.0 with the chatbots isn't out yet. Unless you're watching this far in the future, in which case go check out 𝐥𝐢𝐤.com. It's the best chatbots in town. So you have to be ready to float during those times. I've been dipping into savings and the money I made post-acquisition of the last company because I only want to focus on 𝐥𝐢𝐤. I don't want to do email 10K. We hired a qualified coach, Mohammed Nabil, who's taking the calls over there and doing a great job with it if you still want cold email coaching. But I don't want to have anything to do with that. I don't want to do coaching. I don't want to do consulting. I don't want to do sponsored videos on this YouTube channel. All I want to do is build a high value product with 𝐥𝐢𝐤 and get it to users. And what that's meant from a financial point of view is we're going to be spending $6,000, $7,000, $10,000 a month every single month until that product starts making money. I'm confident we're going to make the money back, of course, but that's something you got to be willing to deal with when you're working on a software as a service company. It's not an agency. In an agency, you can spin up an idea and make money that same day, right? I could say, oh, I'm going to offer Twitter ghostwriting services. I could message 10 people and make $2,000 very, very quickly with that. But I've committed to not doing that. I'm not doing cold email coaching. I'm not doing anything that's not building this SaaS and selling this SaaS. And because I'm all in, I'm going to succeed with it. But you have to be careful because SaaS is expensive. I've never made $1 in profit off of my last SaaS, Omni, which has had some pretty bad technical problems. And we were being billed $13,000 a month for dev. We're maybe $150,000, $200,000 in the hole with Omni. Compare that to 𝐥𝐢𝐤, where we got a perfect build of 𝐥𝐢𝐤 1.0 for $3,000 in a month. So sometimes SaaSes just don't work out, and you have to be able to take that financial hit and keep going. That's something nobody talks about, by the way, when it comes to software. People try to treat it like it's as easy as starting an agency when it's not. You have to go months at a time without making a sale and eventually know that it's going to work. You have to throw your money into the fire and see it burn, but know that eventually that ash is going to turn into a diamond. That diamond is going to be worth more than the money that you put into it. But again, there's no guarantees in business. That might not happen. But these 3 things I look for when starting a business should help you out. Subscribe for more and I'll talk to you soon. Smash that like button and you the best.